Welcome on board the Hippo River Cruise. We are departing Park Key. Sides of the river were once warehouses. Straight ahead is the Reed Bridge, named after prominent resident William Reed. In the past, laborers and boat rowers would gather every evening at the open space on the left end of the bridge to listen to animated Teochew storytellers, a common form of entertainment in those days. This area was called Chinatown in Teochew, a reference to the boats that carried firewood from Indonesia to the shops that sold them here. Piles of firewood used to line the streets in this area. Teochew is a Chinese dialect spoken by early immigrants from Swatow, China. The Teochew clan was known for controlling the firewood trade. Coming up, Riverside Jetty. You may hop off here for Riverside Point or Central Mall. Riverside Point is often packed in the evenings with its alfresco waterfront dining. There are 2 river cruise operators in the Singapore River, each calling at its own jetty. The location of each Hippo jetty can be found in the Hippo River Cruise touring map. Also marked on the map are places of interest along the river bank. Please feel free to approach our helpful Hippo captain for a map. We thank you for choosing Hippo River Cruise. As we call at each of the 5 Hippo jetties, we will highlight the surroundings. Notice the painted eyes on the boats? Locals believe they help keep the boat safe from danger. Coming up, also on our left is Hippo's Park Key Jetty, the connecting hub for our 2 Hippo River cruises. The Moorline route will cruise downstream while the Riverview route goes upstream. All guests except those with tour groups have unlimited access to both routes throughout the day until 9:30 p.m. On your right is the Central Mall, opened in 2007. It has 5 levels of retail space and houses Singapore's first purpose-built Soho units. On your left is the G-Max, the nation's first and only reverse bungee. It promises each rider a stomach-churning and heart-pumping ride. Straight ahead is Elgin Bridge, named after an Irish architect in the 18th century. George Jungle Coleman was supposedly Singapore's first architect. A new road was built for the new bridge across the river. Guess what is the name of the road above? New Bridge Road, of course. Coming up, Riverwalk Jetty. This is a popular stop for shoppers who wish to visit the Japanese retails at Central Mall. The Elgin Bridge. Completed in 1929, this was once the only place where you could walk across the Singapore River. The bridge served as a link between the Chinese community south of the river to the Indian merchants up north. On our left at a distance, the building with the saucer-like roof capping is the new Supreme Court, and the colonial building with the green dome is the old Supreme Court. Emerging from Elgin Bridge on the left is the Parliament House, followed by the old Parliament House. Built in 1827 as a Neo-Palladian building, the old Parliament House is the oldest existing government building in Singapore. Since the cabinet moved to the new building, the old Parliament House has been converted to an art house. Looking for a swinging good time? Head on down to Boat Quay on our right. With a mix of fine and alfresco dining, lovely bars and pubs, Boat Quay is arguably the favorite place to chill out. You may have noticed the variance in height among the conserved shophouses. Did you know that back then a building's height also marked a man's wealth? The higher the shophhouse, the wealthier the owner. After the shophouses are the swanky buildings of the Central Business District. It houses 3 of the tallest buildings in Singapore. The UOB, OUB, and Republic Plaza all stand equal at 280 meters, a limit set by the Civil Aviation Authority of Singapore. Do feel free to leave your seats, walk to the front of the boat, and enjoy the unobstructed view at the viewing gallery. On your left is the Historical Civic District. The handsome building is ACM, Asian Civilizations Museum. ACM is one of the pioneering museums in the region to specialize in Pan-Asian cultures and civilizations. For guests with the Singapore Pass, a popular hop-on, hop-off stop. We recommend you alight here during the return leg in 10 minutes time. On the return leg, we will highlight more places of interest around this jetty. original form. The bridge links the civic district on the left to the commercial district on the right. Before Cavanaugh Bridge was constructed, people could only get to the two districts via a detour over Elgin Bridge or by paying for a boat ride across the river. On the right, just before the bridge, are life-size cast iron sculptures of traders in yesteryears. Do walk up close and explore the intricate details of the bridge. Now, if we could direct your eyes to the right end of the bridge, can you spot a cast iron cat hiding near the area? It is a replica of the Singapore cats, recognized as one of the smallest breeds of cats in the world. On the other side of the Cavanaugh Bridge are a group of boys leaping in for a swim, but eternally suspended in the air. Installed in 2000 and called the Grand Old Dame, was lit up with all its intricate details shining bright. Yet, during the Japanese occupation from 1942 to 1945, the severed heads of criminals were hung on the bridge as a warning to discourage citizens from breaking the law. Straight ahead is the Esplanade Bridge. Sitting just behind it on the left are two domes of the Esplanade Theater and Concert Hall. The roof of the Esplanade is made up of 7,000 variously angled aluminum shades. In the day, they maximize natural lighting and reduce greenhouse effect. At night, the internal lighting sets the building aglow. It is this prickly roof that had locals nickname it the Durian. Art lovers can hop off at our Esplanade jetty and sign up for the daily guided tour available at the Esplanade front office. We are now at the mouth of Singapore River and entering into the Marina Bay.
On our right is the Merlion Park. The Merlion has the head of a lion and the body of a fish. Designed by Fraser Bruner for the Tourism Board in 1964, it is Singapore's tourism icon. The fish body comes from the word Temasek, Singapore's ancient name back when it was a fishing village. The lion head represents the lion spotted by Prince Sangmila Utama when he discovered Singapura in 11 AD. This Merlion statue was created in 1972 by a Singaporean craftsman. It used to stand at the market to the current Merlion Park. The Merlion traveled by barge, was hoisted over the Esplanade Bridge before settling into its current location. Here's food for thought. Building the Merlion cost about $110,000 US in the 70s, but the relocation 30 years later cost a whopping $5 million US. At 8.6 meters high and 40 tons, the Merlion statue has a body of cement, skin of porcelain plates, and eyes of small red teacups. Right where it's sitting now, the Merlion was struck by lightning in February 2009 and had to undergo some repair works. Now this is a postcard-perfect spot for the Singapore cityscape. We will be
Allow us to share some touring tips on how to maximize the Hippo River cruise. The Singapore River is 1.3 kilometers long, and there are 5 Hippo jetties dotted along the bank. The river is divided into 2 zones, served by 2 Hippo River services with Clarke Quay as the transit hub. From Clarke Quay, the Merlion route moves downstream to Marina Bay, while the Riverview route cruises upstream to the Havelock area. If you stay on board without hopping off, you will complete the Merlion route in 30 minutes and the Riverview route in 20. Both routes operate from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. daily. The Merlion route has a Hippo boat coming through